Hello everyone, AEW Dynamite. I really enjoyed Dynamite this week. The matches were all really good. The only thing I would slightly change, I would have had Billy, I would have had Swerve beat Billy Gunn decisively rather than using the ropes. But at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. But so as I said, I enjoyed all of the matches, but but I enjoyed seeing Renee on AEW. I think Renee is a really good signing for AEW because if they want to do outside of the ring content, Renee's the perfect person to do it with. With all due respect to the people that were there before, Renee's just a different quality. So good signing for AEW, and I absolutely loved the MJF promo. The best villains are the ones where you can understand their motivations. Them are the best villains, in my opinion. And the way MJF is playing this, I can tell you now, some people are, some people are actually feeling sorry for the character. So when he does eventually become an arsehole when he wins the belt, I think people will actually get into it. Uh, and I think when he does win the belt, obviously I think the firm will help him. So that will be a good thing. I I absolutely loved the Hangman Page and John Moxley back and forth. This is the Hangman I want to see. This is the Hangman that made me fall in love with with AEW. To be honest, when he was going for the belt and he was doing these really emotional in ring in ring promos, they were the they were the they were the they were the catalyst that made me love AEW. And this week, Hangman Hangman felt like a real star. And to be honest, he hadn't felt like a real star in over a year. So it was just really good stuff. And obviously Moxley was Moxley. You know what you're gonna get with Moxley. Just great on the mic. But but Hangman was even better. In my opinion, this should have been this should have been Hangman's defining moment of his career. But unfortunately, because MJF was in the skybox, the crowd were too busy paying attention to MJF, and when they kept on cutting between Hangman and MJF, it sort of ruined the moment for me. So, but the one thing I will say, Hangman made me believe that he can win the belt next week, even though I can pretty much guarantee you he won't be winning the belt next week at all. But he made me believe because they've been telling the story of MJF and Moxley. So it would be a bit weird for Hangman just to beat Moxley and then do Hangman versus MJF. I suppose you could do that, but I personally think they want to do MJF versus Moxley at Full Gear. So as I said, Moxley will retain next week, and then MJF will cash his chip in at Full Gear. So, so the Chris Jericho and Danny Garcia stuff. I know a lot of people didn't like that Garcia went back with Jericho. Hear me out. I think it was a case of Garcia turning on Danielson, but in the future, I can see Garcia turning on Jericho, Jericho as well, and basically saying, I don't need anybody. I'm Danny, I'm Danny, I'm Danny fucking Garcia. I think that would be really cool, and that's what I'm hoping that they're gonna do, because AEW has a tendency to do this storyline where they have two people that are friends break up, and then they get back together, and then they get back together, and then they say, but and then they say, we fooled you, we were friends all the time. Like they did it with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, and I hope that they haven't done it with Garcia and Jericho. Well, they have done it, but I hope down the line there's a reason for it, rather than just AEW changing their mind like they did with Jamie and Britt. And to be honest, I would not be surprised if it's just a case of AEW, more specifically Tony Khan, changing his mind about Garcia and Jericho and just putting them back together. But the way it ended with with Jericho giving Garcia a hug, but Garcia not really hugging Jericho back. I hope there's a reason for that. That's why I think eventually Garcia will turn on Jericho, and then he will say, "I don't need anybody. I'm Danny Garcia." That might sound a bit crap, but let me know what you think. I think that would be pretty cool, but I understand why people wanted Garcia to join the the Blackpool. Why have I forgotten the name all of a sudden? The Blackpool, the the BCC. I'm just gonna call it. Why I can't believe I forgot their name. Anyway, moving on. I really enjoyed the main event. I would say I was not surprised that Orange Cassidy won after this was put in the main event, because because let's because I felt like as soon as Jericho and Danielson went to the top of the hour, I sort of knew, okay, they must have a big ending planned for the main event, and that's what they did. And Orange Cassidy won his first title in AEW, the All Atlantic Championship, probably the worst belt in AEW, but at least he's a champion. I think they might do Orange Cassidy versus Ethan Page, and I'll give the All Atlantic Championship to Ethan Page, because I think Ethan could raise the prestige of that belt. To be honest, with all due respect to Pac and Orange Cassidy, I just think Ethan could take it to another level. The the Blackpool Combat Club. I don't know why I couldn't say it. I'm so stupid sometimes. Anyway, so what were they gonna talk? Oh, I remember. I really enjoyed the Nyla Rose backstage thing. It was it wasn't the most eventful thing in the world, but I just thought Nyla was just so entertaining, and I wish Nyla had the opportunity to show her charisma a bit more on TV, because I think Nyla's class. But the one thing I do wonder in AEW storyline, it's been established that Tony Khan is the matchmaker. So what is Nyla Rose allowed to defend about? That's not that not that's not hers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I stole somebody's world title, that does not make me the world champion. So why is it a title match when you're not even the real champion? I know that's the point, but it just seems really stupid to me how in storyline Tony Khan wouldn't say, "Hang on a minute, you're not the champion anyway," and you know what I mean? I know it's not that deep, but it's just something that I find a bit weird, to be honest. So, so yeah, I really enjoyed AEW Dynamite. I know it might not have sounded like it, but I did, honestly. And let me know what you thought about AEW Dynamite. And thank you for watching. And I appreciate all the support channel on the channel over the last day or so. It means a lot to me. So thank you for watching, and I will speak to you later. And just to let you know, I will not be doing a round played video or a SmackDown video. Just to let you know. I might I might I might do a video on Bray Wyatt depending on what he does. But that that's only if he does something drastic. But let me know what you think about AEW Dynamite, and I will speak to you later. Have a good day.